Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace and blessing to all of us. Dear Professor Munirul Abidin, MAG, as the lecturer of Islamic Civilization. Introduce myself. My name is Kivira Beliana Subarman. I'm from Study Program Biology. Here, I will present on the topic of the developing Islamic civilization in Africa. Islam, through several channels, first entered in Africa at 7th century through early conquest, turning cities like Cairo and Fez into major centers of Islamic learning. The second, through trans-Saharan trade networks between Arab and African kingdoms in the Sahel and West Africa. And the third, brought by trades and scholars from Saudi Arabia, that is Yemen, Hadramaut, in the east coast of Africa. Muslim merchants brought Islam to West African, and Sufi orders were the main actors in the spread of Islam in Africa. Rules used Islam to strengthen their political legitimacy, while Sufi orders consolidate Islam in society through rituals and spiritual networks. Centers of learning and manuscript in Timbuktu and Chinguetti. Timbuktu is a symbol of Islamic intellectual heritage in West Africa. From 12 years to 40 years centuries, the city hosts collect and manuscript libraries covering fields such as interpretation, hadith, fiqh, history, and practical science. These manuscript collections are evidence of a rich writing tradition outside the classical Islamic center of the Middle East. In addition to Timbuktu, other manuscript centers such as Chinguetti in Mau in this region. The manuscript include works on law, theology, medicine, astronomy, and literature. Kingdoms such as Ghana, Mali, and Songhai, where cities like Timbuktu become famous for their manuscript and scholarship. Along the Swahili coast, maritime trade connected East Africa with Arabia, Persia, and India, creating a mixed Swahili Islamic culture visible in language, architecture, and urban life. The spread of Islam was driven by key actors, that is, merchants, scholars, political rulers, and Sufi order. It contributes to religious, cultural, and institutional development. Many African rulers adopt Islam to strengthen political legitimacy, with Mansa Musa being a well-known example. Islamic civilization also includes education, law, social custom, and language across the continent, often blending with local tradition. It also highlights Africa's rich intellectual heritage, such as the manuscript libraries of Timbuktu and Chinguetti, which preserve work on law, theology, science, and literature. During the colonial period, Europe rules disrupt traditional Islamic institutions, but Islam adapted from movement and modern educational initiative. Overall, Islam in Africa developed into a diverse and dynamic civilization, shaped by trade, scholarship, politics, and local cultures, and continue to face modern challenges such as issue and adaptation to contemporary life. So, the conclusion of this present about development Islamic civilization in Africa is very diverse. In some regions, Islam is the primary identity, while in other areas it blends with local tradition. The spread of Islam was influenced by traders, scholars, rules, and Sufi orders. Evidence of its scientific prowess can be seen in the Timbuktu manuscript and the network of schools, which show that centers of Islamic learning also flourish in Africa. Current challenges include efforts to preserve cultural heritage, address security issues, and adapt to modern development. Thank you very much. That's all of my present about the development Islamic civilization in Africa. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.